Hello everybody, welcome back to Connor here, welcome back to One Leeds, and I'm a little bit annoyed at something, and we're going to get into that in this video. I think you guys will share my annoyance, but if you're not already, make sure you're liking the video, make sure you're subscribed, everybody. We are 100 people away from 20,000 subscribers. Please do me a solid, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I guess this is called the Rumour Mill. We are back, everybody. The Rumour Mill. Get your coffee, your tea, your wine, wherever you are on this beautiful place that we call planet Earth. And we are back with the Rumour Mill. For a lot of new people, that will be the weirdest introduction they've ever heard. And to a lot of people, it might be as well. But anyway, we're back here talking about today's rumours. Now, this is something that I discussed last night on my latest video, which was selling players and keeping hold of players. Which players do I think essentially need to go? Which players do I essentially think need to stay within the parameters of Ellen Road, Thorpe Arch, etc.? Today, we're going to be discussing a lot of massive rumours that are going on in the Leeds United sphere today. So let's get into it. So Jack Harrison, straight off the bat, Newcastle, apparently extremely keen on the left winger. Regardless of Leeds United's situation, Newcastle are very, very up on the option of taking Jack Harrison to the northeast. It's a strange one for me, this, because you guys know that I've criticised Jack Harrison a lot. Now, a lot of people have been subscribed to the channel a long time, and people with a brain will understand that I criticise Jack Harrison for one reason and one reason only. It is because this guy's ceiling is extremely high. Hence why he's had offers from Tottenham, hence why he's had offers already clearly from Newcastle, and hence why he was brought up in the Manchester United Academy and the Man City Academy, respectively. So, yeah, this guy's a top player. He is a top player. I don't know if he is right yet, but the potential is definitely there. I think if Newcastle were to come and put silly money in, then I think it would be really, really difficult for Leeds United to reject that sort of money. And it depends what they come in with. There's been a fair few valuations thrown into the mix. There's been 25, there's been 30 million. Now, that is going to be very, very difficult for Leeds United to turn down, and let me tell you why. Leeds United are going to be playing a 4-2-2-2 system. If we are going to adapt, if Jesse Marsch is going to be pragmatic, what we've seen towards the end of the season is a little bit more width, but I just don't see that. I see if Leeds are playing that 4-2-3-1 system, if we are deploying a double pivot, it's going to be narrow. It's going to be narrow. We're going to be within the parameters of that Red Bull network philosophy, which is narrow, compact, and difficult to break down. So, yeah, I think those fundamentals are definitely key to consider with Jack Harrison. Jack Harrison is at his best when he is on the touchline, when he is hugging that touchline. We've seen that against Brentford. We saw it in little parts against Brighton as well, of course. And I think he's really struggled. In my opinion, a lot of people don't think this, but I think he struggled adapting to this Jesse Marsch system when it is just with the constraints of that sort of centre part of the pitch. So it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be fascinating to see, because Leeds have got a real decision to make here. Because once again, we were talking about it yesterday, Jack's stock is high. He's 25, 26. If we aren't going to be playing that style of football, that way of playing the game, then you've got to consider Jack Harrison leaving the football club. Now, I think my worry with this is Jack Harrison is a very good winger. As I've said, I think his consistency is annoyingly bad. But you look at his numbers, and his numbers are very, very good. Do I think he can get more and add more to his game? I do. Does it frustrate me that he's got to 25, 26, and I still don't see those elements of where I think Jack should improve developing? Yes. But I unfortunately don't see Leeds deviating away from this system at the minute. So obviously with Jesse Marsch, he's on a 4-year deal. My worry is if that goes wrong and we go to a possession-based manager, that could still be a certain possibility if we were to do that. Let's say go for a Carlos Corberán, and then 8 to 10 games into the season, that's Carlos Corberán hypothetically, by the way. I know you guys are going to be screaming. That was just an example that I plucked from the top of my head. I'm thinking possession-based managers. That is going to be a big problem for the new manager if he's got no width. So I can see this being quite a realistic one. I can see it being quite a realistic one. I can see the value being there. And listen, you've seen Newcastle, when they've been gunning for players, Bruno Guimaraes, Dan Burn, Kieran Trippier, they have been quite successful in luring players away. And you've got to think, guys, if Newcastle are able to sell Jack Harrison the dream of Champions League football, which I don't think Leeds will be able to do, it's a big move for him, isn't it, if he can get it underway? But we'll have to wait and see on that one. Now, the reason I said I was annoyed at the start of this video is because everybody, it's circulating on the sphere, the social media sphere, continuously that Leeds United and Barcelona potentially might come to a compromise when it comes to our Brazilian star boy, Raphinha. Now, this is aggravating me a lot. He's our most sellable asset. We should be selling him for the most amount of money. There should be no compromise. There should have been a compromise if we'd have gone down, potentially 20, 25 million release clause on Raphinha. But now we've stayed in the Premier League. Why are we bartering with Barcelona? Because they can't afford him. Yes, everybody, it's said that Barcelona are willing to put in 40 to 45 million pounds for Raphinha, but they are willing to throw in a player. Now, there's a lot of Leeds fans who are getting excited about Dest, obviously the right back at Barcelona, who's sort of been in and out really there. Listen, Dest a decent player, but I think you've got to get maximum value. You've got to have as many options as you can with that money. And Leeds don't want to be put into a position where we can only sell Raphinha to Barcelona if he doesn't want to be at Leeds, and the only player that we can get back is Dest. Now, that isn't me criticising Dest, but it gives Leeds a lot more options, a lot more scope to do things with that money, instead of just being roped into a deal like that, a non-negotiable deal like that, where we get one player the other way, and then Leeds are also letting their most sellable asset go in Raphinha for 40 million. I just think it's absolute. I think it's a bizarre situation to be in. I think it'd be a big problem for Victor Orta. If he did do that, I would lose. I mean, I've lost a lot of respect for Victor Orta as it is, but if he's able, if he actually does that, then, I mean, what sort of businessmen are we looking at here? Selling our best asset, 40 million quid. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You look at the current market right now, 40 million is nothing. And we should not be buckling for Barcelona because Barcelona cannot afford. If we are not able to sell Raphinha, we don't want to sell Raphinha anyway, but we can dig our heels in then and maybe look for a different scenario in January. If the player is unhappy, I get the feeling with Raphinha that it'd be okay to play until January, and then maybe Barcelona can stump the funds up. But Leeds need to be in a position where we're strong next season. We don't want to be mucked around by Barcelona for this entire window. We need to be strong. We really do. Team Talk has also suggested today that Leeds are interested in Serginho Dest with a summer offer being considered. Now, this is the problem. If Leeds are considering Serginho Dest, are we going to use that as leverage? Are we going to put that into a Raphinha deal so Leeds don't have to pay as much for Serginho Dest? And does that outweigh the advantages of getting a full transfer fee for Raphinha? Not for me. Not for me at all. I think it's a daft decision. I don't think it makes sense. I think it's a bad business decision as well. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below with regards to that. But I'm really not sure that is the right way forward. I mean, in the next few days, Pedro Almeida has just said, who's a decent journalist, and in the next few days, Barcelona should send Leeds a formal offer of around 30 million euros plus 5 million in bonuses for Raphinha. I mean, for what leg? What leg are we talking here? If they can't afford him, it's rejected. It is a rejection. That is it. It's done. I understand that the club will be selling him, but we do hold all the cards, everybody, to maximize this guy's value. We should not be lowering this guy's value to anything below 70 million, in my opinion. 65 to a stretch, and I'd be disappointed with 65. He's going to be at the top of his game. 35 million plus 5 million euros. I don't even know what the conversion rate for that is, but just bear in mind we paid 30 million quid for Rodrigo, right? 25 million quid for Dan James. Not a chance in hell. Not a chance in hell. So that's a lot of what's going on the sphere at the minute, to be honest with you guys. I think it's a lot around Jack Harrison. I think there's a lot around Raphinha, but this has to be. I'm not worried as such. I was just about to say I'm really worried, but I'm not worried as such. But when good outlets are reporting that Leeds are looking potentially at doing a swap deal because Barcelona can't afford it anyway, we've seen the transfer request from Raphinha. But Sport have reported that yesterday. Apparently, Raphinha's handed in a transfer request. Unfortunately, if Leeds don't get the valuation for you, my friend, and I'm your biggest fan, you are staying at the club. We're not just, listen, I know there's player power, but there has to be club power as well. We have to look after our best interests. This is our most important transfer window in our club's history. We can't be getting mucked around by a tight Barcelona because they don't want to pay anything above 45, 50 million euros. And what they're doing is leaning on Raphinha wanting to leave. They're literally testing Leeds now. Victor Orta has to stay strong. This is my major message for today, because we cannot start this window. Yeah, we can get Brendan Aronson in, which will be fantastic, but selling Raphinha for 40 million euros, you might as well not get Brendan Aronson in at all, because that just absolutely smashes that transfer out the window. Let me know you guys in the comment section below, everyone. This is a bit of a touchy one, and understandably so. I think Leeds need to maximise the value for this guy. What do you think about Jack Harrison? The rumour mill, I'll be trying to do it sort of every single day. We'll wait and see how that goes. But please let me know in the comment section below what you think. Let's get to 20,000 subscribers. Brendan Aronson looks like he's going to be coming through the door at Leeds United. We'll have an exclusive interview from someone from the American side who I respect highly. I've been on their channel a couple of times. They're very, very good. Just on the breakdown of Brendan Aronson, what we can expect. That will be live on the Patreon account. Link will be in the description below. Guys, have